Hey, Dota TV.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey there, pretty lady.
Hey there.
Where are you looking? Where are you looking?
What are you?
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Where are you going, pretty lady? Hey, you doing anything tonight?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I can imagine doing Dota without doing voice.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult.
Even that's why I can't cast on land, because it's hard to resist doing stupid Suns fan voice. And he just does it. He doesn't give a shit. He's at that level of whatever it is, where he just shows up in shorts and says whatever the hell he wants.
I bet if you were in a serious enough game, you would probably just be like, okay, I'll...
Reserve time.
Oh.
Radiant team pick.
Yes, in China. He was like, Zyori. Sir. It's like, thank you, Suns fan.
Thanks, Suns fan. Thanks for making this a whole lot easier on me trying to figure out how to not do a voice on land.
Let's get back to the serious panel. We've got a lecture coming from Dr. Nahas.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. We've got
5
another good one. This
remaining.
is Infamous versus SG Esports. This is game 2 of a best-of-3 series. Infamous
Reserve time.
currently leads 1-0. We've got a Luna Enigma band out here, a Razor, as well as a Juggernaut from SG into a first-pick Rubik. I'm Zyori, he's Mott, and we've got more action here on Moonduck TV 2.
Oh, hello.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
How are you all doing? Hopefully good, because guess
All of
what?
Our South American fans. Do you guys think we should really catch up to BTS and start a
South American Moonduck
ES Espanol?
Here's what's going to happen. I'll learn Spanish
Okay.
and Portuguese.
You could do it. Maybe that's what we need to do. We'll get Moonduck Portuguese, Brazilian casters.
I'll do it.
We'll find the only casters in Brazil that aren't biased for Brazilian teams.
Good luck. I mean...
Sure they exist.
Yeah, probably.
Well, what do we got here? Sand King?
Dire team pick.
Okay. We've
It's
talked a lot about Sand King, Mott.
the same opening. You just switch the teams.
Mm-hmm.
You know, SG will go for the Rubik this time instead of Infamous. Infamous will go for the Sand King.
Yep.
And
I guess I keep saying Sand King is this safe opener because he's a flex pick, but Rubik is almost as safe. You're revealing that you have a support. You don't necessarily know if he's 4 or 5, but you're right. It is more of the same. These teams following the line. They're toeing the line,
But
baby.
Infamous are the one to try the silencer now. Cat didn't have a great game. And again, it was a lot of, I mean, you're not supposed to get the most farm on like a 5-position silencer, you know, but his globals weren't bad. And it just felt like he,
10 seconds
besides global,
remaining.
he didn't have perhaps the impact that he wanted.
Yeah.
In the early game especially.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I feel like
remaining.
Silencer, it deters some picks, and obviously heroes with channeling ultimates are kind of off the
Reserve
table,
time.
or at least they lose a lot of curb appeal. But Silencer can be a hard hero to execute with. When you pick him this early, there's certain heroes you know that can just sort of pick on him. I think LC is a great
Dire
example. He's
team
got a lot of
back.
debuffs. You use press the attack, boom, you're feeling okay.
Yep.
LC is a great lane dominator, can still put a lot of pressure on, and it's an off laner that Silencer can't super effectively zone. The Glaives of Wisdom hurt, but LC more equipped to deal with it than a lot of other heroes.
She's just
So-
a great laner, honestly.
Yeah.
Just so strong. But you're right, press the attack very good against the silencer.
5
And also, the
seconds
silencer is not, you know, in a good position. He gets playing dueled on, and then he's dead, and that's the end of that. Very easy to bring down.
Reserve time.
So should be good. Infamous will ban out the
Radiant
Terrorblade,
team
knowing that SG would probably want to run it again for more tower push.
Mhm.
Might be an indication. I was thinking, is there a way that either of them pick this frickin' Treant? No, hopefully there's no Treant, because
Treant,
I don't
my-
want to watch that hero again.
My
10
God, you're
seconds
speaking
remaining.
heresy. I don't know. The Treant won that last game,
5
right?
seconds
So
remaining.
it's hard to watch that or witness that and then be like, oh, Treant, what a garbage hero.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
I don't know if it was necessarily the Treant's
Dire
reasoning.
team
You know, like it
And
wasn't
well,
him for just.
He did have a couple clutch plays, though. Let's give some credit, right? There were
Right.
some big overgrowths. He went for the Blink Dagger. He was going to get an Aghanims if that game ended up going on.
Right.
He probably did get it, but it wasn't really super impactful. Either way, it's a useful hero, and it did delay a lot of pushes. But I think in general,
Dire
that
team
hero
pick.
it's a good 4th or 5th pick. Let's put it that way. If there's no way that you think they're going to pick DK or they're not going to pick any other kind of crazy pushing heroes, even like a Lycan or
Radiant
something like that,
team
then you can
pick.
get away with the tree and he can be pretty effective.
Yep.
And that was a funky try-on-try. Right? Like, how often do we see a tri-lane-on-tri-lane situation where both sides have 2 melee heroes? I feel like that's a fairly rare circumstance. in
It's
this meta.
unusual for sure. And I don't think we'll see it this game. That's for damn sure.
Nah, probably not. But Ursa now for Infamous.
You're probably going to leave the Ursa alone for a bit. Maybe have the Silencer pulling for him and then the Sand King roam around if he's in that 4 position.
Well, one thing I learned from Jenkins at Galaxy Battles was that Ursa is actually amazing against LC because the passive makes LC kind of not really want to duel Ursa, though at the same time, if you get Blade Mail, it can be pretty good in return damage. However, you also don't want to duel his friends when Ursa is around because then he'll just come in and absolutely destroy you with his overpower. So it's just in general a pretty good hero against LC that she never really wants to go blow for blow with except in very select circumstances. And you almost always want to press the attack before you duel, and if you hear that sound as Ursa, you just reactionarily hit the enrage button. And if you hit R and LC duels you, it's obviously not going to be a win for
It
LC,
is not your
no matter
victory,
what.
LC. In fact, it may very well be your defeat.
Yeah, so it's sick, and especially when you have a hero like Sand King, Silencer. They're a good supporting cast and just pump a lot of damage, help Ursa return that. It's pretty good. So I think Infamous well positioned here, but now Clockwork, third pick.
This is a good hero. I mean, especially for King RD, we've talked about his Clockwork. His Clockwork, I would say, pretty much won games for them at the Kiev Major, in the group stages, and even to a certain extent a little bit later. I think this is a very strong hero for them. It's good against Ursa, but Quap is also very good in with Infamous's next pick, and it will be the Tomato Quap as well, which he's very good at. So I like the Clockwork. I like the Quap for Infamous. I do think that Ursa pick is very scary for Infamous, as you were mentioning. I think it's very tough to deal with. But what are we still looking for? We have both supports. We have an offlane, and we're looking for that mid for SG, and more importantly, right now, probably their carry. And I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, Weaver. Oh, Weaver's banned. Okay,
I would have said Lifestealer. He's also banned. I think, with a Clockwork, with an LC, you have a lot of flexibility, a lot of burst damage. I feel like a LC is good lockdown, so is Telekinesis, but now maybe something bursty. Like, I think Lina is a great pick here for SG if they want it. It worked well for Infamous in the last game. Tomato played it, and Lina also matches up very well against Queen of Pain in that mid matchup. It just pairs nicely with LC. Great follow-up damage, huge burst when you're stuck in the duel. Also a great way to deal with Ursa. If you catch him with an LSA or any kind of stun before you can get ultimate off, you can get off Laguna and shut him down.
I think in the same vein, Puck's probably still good. I mean, Puck's really good in a lot of situations, to be fair.
For sure. I like Puck.
I think it could be fine here if they want to go for it. I don't know if they pick their mid or their carry here. I think they could get away with...
It depends which one they want more, because, something's going to get banned out here. So if they feel like Lina is the go-to, they could grab it, but...
This is interesting, then.
This is very weird.
Because...
So,
what?
Is it safe lane LC, then?
It could be safe lane LC, and they could do
LC?
an off-lane Clocker Nyx.
Is there any way it's mid LC?
Maybe.
Because I feel like... Oh, God, I don't know.
10 seconds.
Like, who's a better 3, Clock or Nyx in this situation?
Against the Ursa, if he's playing up against the Ursa.
I think the Nyx.
Because you have Spike Carapace, I guess.
Because doesn't Clockwork get zoned out pretty hard in this kind of a scenario?
Yeah, but I guess so does Nyx, I guess.
But I liked LC. It can't be LC offlane, right? Because it has to be...
Unless they do some weird Nyx assassin one position shenanigans, they give like maybe...
Mid Nyx?
Maybe they do like...
mid Nyx?
It could be that too.
Trent, what the hell's going on?
I don't know what this
How are they
going
to lane this shit?
Is this a mistake?
They've got 3 offlaners on SG. They just 4th picked a Nyx assassin. What do we got, buddy?
I don't even know.
We're calling in the expert.
Yeah, we sure are. Tell me, Trent.
It's either safe lane LC or like mid Nyx.
What if they do aggressive tri lane LC Clockwork Rubik and then Nyx is safe lane solo and then they pick a mid?
Team ban.
Maybe.
Okay. Actually, Mod, I kind of like that. That could be... We saw double melee tri lane from both teams in game 1, so seeing it from one of the teams here again could be possible. And actually, Infamous has lined up for that as well. Sand King, Ursa, Silencer. That could be their safe lane try.
This is so weird.
They go aggro, but is that really a great try? Like aggro tri lane, Rubik, Clockwork
Rubik, LC. That not great.
I don't.
Not great.
I don't think that's amazing. And now they banned the Bloodseeker. Like if SG 5th picked Bloodseeker here, I'd be just like, what in the world?
I would have lost my marbles. And the thing is, Trent doesn't know either, and that's how you know, man. When Trent doesn't know about a draft, you don't know what the hell's going on. And I looked in the chat. Nyx or something, or safe lane like Clock or something. Well,
yeah, I think mid Nyx feels more quote unquote standard, right? Home.
Radiant
But
team
okay, they
pick.
ban out the Bat Rider. Like, why would you ban Bat Rider when you have Nyx LC? Those are two of like the top 5 heroes against Bat Rider. You got press the attack to cleanse the lasso, and Nyx who can get a free stun on him pretty much any time by walking on fire with the Spike Carapace.
It's a little weird.
It's like you almost want Infamous to pick Bat Rider here because you're so well positioned to do it. Even Clockwork, you have
5
Rocket Flare,
seconds
Hookshot. That's a
remaining.
great way to scout him out in the trees. This is a sick team to counter Bat Rider, but to each their own. I digress.
SG's going off. They're going off the rails, buddy. That's what's happening. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to ban.
Well,
I don't know.
This is a sitch where I don't want to be too critical because I don't understand.
Okay,
but,
so you have a
it's not
Shadow Fiend mid.
Team pick.
Mid Shadow Fiend.
So one of these heroes has to go safe lane.
It's a safe lane LC,
It could-
or it's a jungle LC.
I don't want to believe that.
Are they that tilted
I don't
that
want
they
to
are going to
believe
jungle
that's.
LC?
I don't want to believe that's a possibility in a Pro Dota 2
it's
game.
honestly terrible with Shadow Fiend mid because he
10
wants to stack and
seconds
clear out the
remaining.
jungle, and you want to make use of the other lanes. I mean, safe lane LC,
5
to be
seconds
perfectly
remaining.
honest, I don't think is that bad. It's a lane dominator. You completely fuck up their off laner, whoever it is, and they take Ricky.
Wow.
So off lane for
Sand
Infamous,
King?
I think is going to be
Yeah, because Matthew picks up the Ricky. He's the roaming support.
SK.
So
yeah.
it's an offlane Sand King almost certainly.
So LC can definitely dominate Queen Tekka in the safe lane with the help of some of these supports.
Alright,
like
so-
LC Clockwork, that's totally fine.
All right, so Tavo's playing the Clockwork as the 3 position, or well, I mean, I don't know what lane he's going to go in, but they're not showing anything else yet. Okay, mid Legion Commander, or maybe he plays it in the safe lane because ADR is the mid player. And then do they do the Shadow Fiend
All right,
safe
I give
lane?
up. I don't know what the hell.
They could do the Shadow Fiend safe
They're going
lane's
to do
been
mid LC, safe lane Shadow Fiend,
it has happened.
and off lane Clockwork.
You can't mid. I think you theoretically can't mid the next versus Queen.
Yeah, that's true. Nyx
Aggro
can't really
with
mid
the
versus
Legion.
Queen.
Aggro with the Legion, yeah.
10
Aggro with a
seconds remaining.
Legion. No, it's HFN on the Shadow
Well,
Fiend. So do they
but-
switch it up?
We'll see if
Or is this like one of those kind of he's very comfortable in the SF, so he takes mid in this?
I think HFN 80% of the time. I think he might play like Invoker mid sometimes. I'm pretty sure. So maybe they do switch it up. I could see it being the case.
Okay.
Uh,
Guys, this is great. Look at this camera shot. We're in this little tiny room here in the back of the
and then
production
Trent's
house.
over here, and we're all wearing
I
red.
love it, guys. We're all wearing red. I feel like we really are just. It's like a flashback in time. This is like 3 years ago, Dota casting. Just 2 dudes
Yeah.
into a little mixer
With a little
with a dude in the
webcam.
back watching, just creeping.
Just creeping on him, yeah.
This is Trent's basement.
He's like, hey guys,
hey guys,
what's
I'm watching
going on?
Dota TV right
Oh,
now.
is that a Matthew Ricky?
it is.
It sure is a
It
Matthew
is
Ricky.
Matthew Ricky indeed.
Matthew Ricky, the Matthew Ricky.
Are you gonna keep the camera on?
No, I'm gonna turn it off.
Don't
worry.
forget to turn it off the camera.
Guys, Super Ben Jazz is gonna do it. Let's see. Has anything changed in the compendiums? Has anyone bought levels since the last game?
I don't think so.
You're like, look at this great setup, Mon.
All right, let me get involved in these.
Oh yeah, you don't have a compendium.
All right, so total number of trees started by 30 minutes.
So they don't. There's not too much in the way of tree stores. Like Rubik, it's probably going to be 175 to 300. Wow. Player who places the most observer wards by 15 minutes. Oof. You think Rubik maybe? Cat?
I would say Cat probably, yeah.
I'm in.
Yep.
Player with the least deaths.
That's a tough one. Probably.
If you think, it depends really who you think is going to win.
I think 40R, honestly. Or HFN. 40R HFN or
See, but
Super
I think
Benjaz.
Infamous is going to win.
Oh, yeah, yeah, no. Super Benjaz.
I could put Tomato.
Tomato.
Although Benjaz is possible. Will a tower be denied? Yes.
What? Really?
You think no?
No. I mean, is that a real question?
Yeah. Or I'd like my Trent's like, look how many towers there are. Of course one's going to be denied.
There's a high percentage
There were no
probability.
towers denied that game.
Really?
I'm just saying.
Get wrecked, nerd, Trent.
Well, it's clearly not 100% when you frame it like that. Look, there's 30 towers, of course.
It's gonna happen. It's gotta.
Actually, how many towers are there for real?
So there's 3 tier 1s, 3 tier 2s, or
9,
6
so
tier
that's
1s, 6 tier 2s.
18, and then plus 4 is 22. I think there's 22 towers.
22, got it. All right.
30.
That sounds
Hey,
correct.
look, HFN's dancing. How come you can't hear it anymore? Did they get rid of the drums?
I don't know. I will make the sound for them if they can't hear it. By the way, they did deny the Clockwork Cogs, as you would expect with a Shadow Fiend. He's up to 12 Necromastery stacks,
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that cheese shit.
which makes it a lot harder
I hear
for
it.
Tomato.
I do hear it. I forgot I'm listening to your sounds, so you just weren't close enough.
Oh, really? That's
Yep.
interesting.
You can still taunt. You can still taunt, buddy. Yeah, these headphones are plugged into your computer.
Oh.
FYI, pal.
But why?
Yes, but why?
Aren't those do they work?
No.
Okay. I saw that. I'm like, I don't know if those headphones
That's
work.
just our microphones, and it's not interesting to listen to.
So we'll see how these lanes shape up. Right now, we're going to have a dual lane mid. And then, as you mentioned, 40R should have a pretty good time against King Tekka, even though he's got Caustic. But Tavo will...
Especially with Cat here.
Tavo will take a lot of damage top lane and might die if they rotate the Riki back up.
Yeah, he's doing okay, though. Right? He's about to get his level 2. He's still got plenty of regen. Going to destroy a few more trees. King RD hanging out mid. So annoying. He goes mana burn level 1. Still has the clarity. It's actually not that mana efficient at this early level. It scales, obviously, pretty well. Up to 4 seconds. It stays at 100 mana cost. So that's pretty good at the later levels. But early on, it's tough for the Nyx. But it's so annoying for Tomato.
This is brutal. He's getting no last hits. He's getting harassed by King RD. Like, he's getting nothing, really.
He's getting slaughtered.
And this could change later into the game, but for now, he's got not a lot going his way. And then they do kill the sentry bottom. Matthew takes it out, and so they're going to try to go on a dive on Cat, I think. Telekinesis will come through. The stun is there. And this will take a long time for them to chase, but they might be able to get the kill. No more telekinesis. They need one more Burrow Strike, which is up in 3.
Attack?
And he does now. That was the perfect timing for it, too. Burrow Strike. He misses. King Tekka the dive. This is not what you want, even with the creep wave under the tower. No more Burrow Strike, but he does have the Mango. Press the attack is back up in 5. The Caustic Felon is not enough. He Mangoes up. Telekinesis is there. Will it save his life? That's a great telekinesis, but Matthew is still on the chase. It's not enough damage. He's solo. Dude. Press the attack.
Oh my God.
The Fairy Fire, the Burrow Strike. Who got it? Who got it first? They got Matthew first, and then they got Cat at the end of it. So much chasing potential, and then they trade.
That was actually insane. That was like a choreographed little team fight there. Ends up being pretty even overall, but of course the advantage does go the way of that LC. I guess the creep got the last hit. Is that why it was kind of a funky display
I think it was
of first
split.
blood?
Yeah, I think so.
So they do end up splitting it, which I guess is good. I'm not sure exactly what you would prefer in that situation.
Right. It's very strange, honestly.
They do get the kill, so they get the experience.
15 last hits, 22 denies for HFN. Of course, a lot of those are cogs, but again, 3
so
for
he's got
Tomato.
At least like 7 or 8 legit denies.
Yep.
Now Matthew's here. This could be
Blink.
bad. Blink
Oh,
forward.
if they get this kill, it would be huge. HFN is going to drop now, and King RD doesn't have the mana to help out with the Impale.
Love
that
the
is
aggression.
Huge from Matthew.
Dude, Tomato handling himself so well there. You're very low, but you know in that play you have to man up against the Shadow Fiend. You can't get timid. You can't let him bully you.
Yep.
And now Tomato's right back in this lane. Right, look at his souls. He's back down to 9. This is very manageable. Queen of Pain has 70 damage, plus 3. Mott, Infamous are back in.
And that's true, but again, HFN will have no trouble getting back up his souls, especially if King RD stays here. Tomato definitely needs some more help from Matthew, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Tomato only has 4 last hits. This is still harsh, but he at least gets experience, right? Shadow Fiend's about to hit 4. Tomato's already halfway through level 4. He maintains tempo now because of that kill.
Ooh, he got it. All right. Are they diving again? Cat nearby. Matthew might have spotted him. I don't believe so. Looks like he's going to just get out fine, it looks like. And then at least top lane's going really well for the Ursa. And the Zanke's got a good CS too. He's like tied with 40R or 80R. But
yeah. I mean, overall, this laning phase is going pretty well for SG. Shadow Fiend is still dominating overall. LC is doing just fine. Sand keeping up, but 40R probably not too upset about this. How's Tavo looking? 11 last hits. Not bad for a Clockwork, rather.
Yeah.
Especially in a 2v1.
He's been pulling the crew waves back. He's done a pretty good job of it. Keeping it close to his tower, or at least attempting to. So... And, I mean, you're looking at HFN. He's already almost got his Aquila. He's got a Salve. He's got a Fairy Fire. And Tomato's barely at, like, a null. And he's not that close to his bottle. Like, he will get a regen room, which is pretty nice. He gets level 6. Maybe they can kill HFN again. I don't know, man. Like, with the Queen of Pain, I don't know if it's the best.
So, Legion Commander, soon to be 5. I honestly think SG will stay a little bit quiet until, or ADR rather, finds that duel, and then they'll start trying to rack up some damage.
Yep.
But I think they're not in a huge hurry. Mid lane, here we go. Initiation. Tomato gets destroyed. HFN connects with the raises. Shadow Strike going to take the Nyx Assassin low.
Bottom lane.
He does make it out. Back down bottom. Yes, indeed. Rubik initiated on and brought down as Queen Tekka does the big damage.
He's going to go for 40R. I don't know if he can get this.
He's in trouble, but press the attack. Brings him back up. Queen Tekka with the stun.
Nice.
Is it going to be enough? He eats the Fairy
he got him on
Fire.
with Courage proc. I think is what it was, but it's not enough.
It's going to be the caustic finale that finishes him off.
Yeah.
One of the more deadly spells here from the Sand King.
Indeed. So that's a really big kill. And that, yeah, they lost Tomato mid, and that's rough. He was in the midst of his blink animation as the third raise hit, so he almost made it out. I think they need to make some sort of movement towards HFN. The problem being is that there's a sentry still down, so if Matthew walks over, he's probably going to get spotted. So, all right, it's still pretty close. In fact, Infamous has a lead surprisingly.
It's toggling. It's basically zeroed out.
Yeah.
That's why this little thing here gets complained about so much, because you read it as, oh, it's less than 1K net worth lead. Oh, they're winning. But it's like, actually, no. They have like literally 2 creeps worth of net worth lead right now. It's very, very even. God damn it.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower
Why didn't they just keep it the way it used to be? I don't understand. I complain about this all the time, but like it was fine the way it was.
Man, they don't listen to you, Mont.
No, they really don't. They sure don't, buddy. They are rotating. Smoke of Deceit coming out. By the way, Matthew spotted King RD over in these trees. So they knew that they were there, and they played this perfectly for Tomato. They can still run at him, but there you see the blink. He was ready for it.
Yeah, he's got an arcane rune also, so really not an ideal time to try to pick a fight with the Quap.
Yep.
Ricky been off the map for a while, but not a huge choice. Haven't talked about Super Benjaz too much, but he has had a lot of space. Net worth, he's number 2, second only to the Shadow Fiend.
I mean, there's not much to talk about with him, right? He's just getting free farm.
And he's going to have that Vlad's coming out pretty soon.
Oh, Matthew's probably dead. He walked into a sentry ward. He'll go for the smoke screen. Maybe not. I don't know. Ooh, trying to juke. That was pretty cool. He can blink strike again.
Nice use of the hill. Forces out the use of a dust. 4DR comes in. I think Matthew is dead. No, they need one more. He didn't get it.
They got him.
Cat does end up falling. They go 1 for 1. Now the duel comes out on Queen Tekka. HFN on the way. The follow-up damage is good, and a winner is declared. It will be the LC. They don't get the favorable exchange in terms of hero kills, but they do get the bonus damage on their Legion commander. So not terrible, but a net worth swing in favor of SG Esports.
Yep. Nice little play there. It's just the sentries. You need to have them down. They do, and that's just an easy kill. Well, actually, it was a little bit harder than they needed to be. Now top lane, Earthshock to come through. They have the smoke screen as well, overpower, and
Beautiful
the enrage.
silence, dude.
Yeah.
That was very nice from Matthew. Caught him right on the edge. Nowhere to go. No way you could cog out of it. Really nice.
So as farmed as the Shadow Fiend is, Super Benjaz is up there as well. And he is one hero that can absolutely crush this Shadow Fiend in the mid to late game when he gets that Blink Dagger. He'll get an Aegis. I would assume they're going to try to get Roche at some point after he has this Morbid Mass to fly out. So Super Benjaz is doing fantastic. Tomato's starting to get some room to catch back up. But as you can see, he's below his Sand King, which is pretty rough.
Super Benjaz, dude. What's next? Is he going to be Super Saiyan Benjaz?
Oh, he didn't blink. He had the animation and canceled it. Why?
Oi, oi, oi.
Why did he cancel the animation? He actually had that, and he
Dude,
canceled
he got
the animation.
fancy. They caught him. Mbato wanted to style,
Hey,
and
that's
he
rough.
got styled on,
He
bro.
sure did, man. And now, Matthew.
Yeesh. Well, mistakes happen. It's not the end of the world. They're going to be able to bring this one back.
Yeah. And again, they need level 6 for Excel. If he gets that Global Silence, maybe he lives there. Sand King, King Tekka is getting a lot of farm, though, so maybe that Blink's going to come out and it's going to be useful. 40R going Armlet, actually, on the Leech Commander. Not going for the early Blink Dagger. Not even going Phase. He went Tread, so working on an auto-attack build.
Very tanky. They're going to find one down here. It's a duel. They grab it, and I think they're going to have the damage. It's going to be close. They'll still not even finish him off.
Yeah, he actually makes it out. That is huge.
Okay.
Wow,
that's surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the armlet on LC is okay, though. Like, if you have a lot of ways to set up, which he does, they have plenty of stuns. You just want to go for damage and survivability. And if you focus on winning those early duels, it can allow you to get that momentum, especially in a game like this where you know you're going to have to fight early. You're not worried about initiating, right? You're worried about playing defense in this kind of a situation with LC. You know, with an Ursa, Ricky, Sand King, Quap, there's going to be some aggression. They're going to want to take towers. So I think this is a really heads-up play from ADR.
And if they want to have aggression, they have a Next Assassin Vendetta to do it. They also have a Clockwork with a hook shot, so they can start fights and he can get in and duel regardless of a lack of mobility. And we'll see. There's going to be an attempt at top. Tabo, hook shot is there. Benjaz is in trouble. He's got the enrage. He's got to try to get his way out. Telekinesis actually pushes him out. There's the duel. Is this going to be enough? They need a barrel strike. They will find it, but this should be enough. Benjaz will fall. No victory. But this is turning into a pretty good fight, all things considered, for SG. And they have to back up now. Looks like, although Tomato is coming in with a double damage rune. And 40R might go down to the Arcane Curse, and he will. Nice. And they're going to head over to the Shrine. There's the Sonic Wave with the Screamer Pain. They get one. Can they get two? It looks like no. Cat, no. Here comes King Tekka. He's got the Burrow Strike. They're looking for Tavo. TPing in is going to be HFN. They need Cat. And they will find him now. HFN looking to do the work. TP out coming in from Tavo.
Oh, no.
And HFN, you can't feed this away. This is not what you want. Blink out, and they're going to get the Burrow. And that's the kill, but they will die to the Death Requiem.
Dude, that was a King Tekka play right there. It goes in. They could have had that kill without throwing himself away. Courier also falls. Oh, my.
That's a disaster and a half, my friend.
SG just falling apart, TPing in one at a time, thinking that the Shrine's going to be enough to turn it. But Infamous, knowing their limits, King Tekka actually doing so much work in that fight. At the end, getting cocky, throwing his life away to guarantee the kill on the Shadow Fiend, but still.
Oh, this could be huge. This could be very big, in fact. Hook shot, the Enrage coming out too late. Global is there. Can they finish this off? He gets it. He gets the Aegis. They've got
not snatched. It goes the way of Infamous and picked up, so it is sort of snatched, at least by colloquial terms. Now the Aegis will get popped. It's a dual victory for ADR. They retreat, but Infamous still hang on to the Roche bonus.
Yeah, exactly. They get the gold, and that's enough to get the Sand King his Blink Dagger. And that's, you know, they don't have the Aegis. That's fine.
That's something, right?
But, like, this might make the game a lot more easy just to get this Blink Dagger for the Sand King. Like, King Tekka, he's already done a great job with his Burrow Strikes, and now he has this Blink Dagger along with it. And I think that could be huge. We'll see.
All right, overall, the biggest lead we've seen yet this game, about 4K net worth, experience comparable. Urn of Shadows also now coming out on the Ricky. And up here, what's Ursa looking at? Vlad's completed. Got to be Blink Dagger coming out next. Doesn't have it queued up, but won't be surprised to see that. Nick's getting close to his Arcanes. Definitely feeling that little gold lead here for Infamous. At this stage of the game, 4K is pretty significant. Blink Dagger, Vlad's, nothing completed over here. HFN getting the Dragon Lance, so Shadow Fiend a little beefier, but overall, Mott, a lot of big items still yet to come out. Like LC doesn't even have the armlet, still a little ways off. Needs a Helm of Iron Will, and then a recipe still.
And he's going to go Blink after, but the big, I think, item for Infamous is going to be this Orchid for the Queen of Pain, and she's still ways away, though, as you were mentioning. There's just like that big item's not there yet, but we'll see. They were trying to put some pressure on this Tier 1 tower bottom. There is a Nyx Assassin nearby. He has Vendetta ready. Sentries would be nice to have for Infamous, but they don't have any down here, so that's a bit dangerous.
Even just having a Vlad's is so sick if you want to try to 5-man at this stage. It's a little bit risky, but it just gives you so much value.
Yep. That's
value town, Mott.
And the Ursa is coming bottom with that Vlad's to try to get this tower pushed down.
King Hearty is like, fuck this, dude. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
He just TP's home before the fight even starts. Matthew cutting behind the tower. I like this. Infamous. They are going to 5-man around the Vlad's.
Yeah. It would be even better if they had the Aegis. But they're going to smoke, actually, with 4. They have the Quap working on the tower bottom. This could turn into a 4 versus 5 fight for Infamous, which might not be what they want.
Yep,
there is everybody mid right now. It is dangerous as all hell.
Cooldown, 35 seconds.
They're going to have the global as well. The Epicenter comes out with a Burrow Strike. HFN will take a lot of damage. Matthew trying to come in. They need this kill. Here comes the hook shot onto 2. Beautifully done. The Impale to fall up. That's only onto 1, but they will grab the kill onto Matthew. And now SG, I don't know if they want to keep going, though. They heal everybody back up. Might need it back for Infamous and not try to fight into this anymore, as your abilities are all down.
Yeah, kind of a scattered fight from Infamous. It's exactly like you said, 4v5 without the Quap there. And the Sand King really went in pretty early before teammates do a hell of a lot. Ricky had to follow suit, and they had enough burst damage to bring him down. ADR getting closer to that, but look at that, Mott. Tower denied. I knew it.
There it is. We got it, man. It was the first one, I think. I'm pretty sure it's we're 1 for 1 on tower denies, so that's good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You get bonus points.
I keep thinking that this is my armrest, because this is the chair that I used for the other
that
thing.
guy on the airplane, Mott? You're just all
I'm like, hey, buddy. I hope you don't mind.
I actually kind of go in. I've taken an unfair, aggressive stance towards armrest.
You gotta assert your dominance on an airplane.
You got it. You're around strangers. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. You can't let people walk all over you. Here we go, Matthew. Speak of the devil.
Good jump out.
He's getting trunced on, but he will be able to blink strike away. Now Excel left behind, but HFN a hook shot from Tavo from downtown.
Nice.
Excel falls.
That was pretty good. That was
SG
a really good.
set it up.
All right, well, the Tomato just gets the tier 1 tower down bottom, so it's kind of a slight trade, but it will be in favor of SG.
They get something. I mean, they'll go tower for tower, but at least Infamous gets something. It opens up the map a bit more on both sides of the coin. I think in general, Infamous is okay with that trade because they want to be a little more aggressive. They have the visual advantage from the Riki. He can get wards down deep in enemy territory. Looks like he's going to do that right now. And she blows. That is going to be Infamous looking to hunt.
Yeah, I mean, especially with that item coming out now, the Blink Dagger for Benjaz is done. It just flew out. There is the armlet up for Tavo, so he has a bit more survivability and damage. I think the hero they would like to get, obviously, is HFN. But they might get Cat. There is a sentry nearby, and that's a Blink Burrow and a dead hero almost assuredly.
Well, Bob, that's what we call a classic 3-on-1 showdown. They took him to the bank and robbed his ATM.
And they cashed his check for him.
Oh, that poor Rubik. Just a little far forward, but hey, that'll happen when you're playing the position.
They have vision of King RD.
Rubik's also not yet level 6, so he just take that kind of risk to get the XP. Here we go. Follow-up initiation. Nyx Assassin. Mott, he is dead. He's deader than shit.
He sure is. Not only did I was trying to come up with some funny phrase, but I decided against it at the end there. I was like, you know what? He's just dead. He's a bug.
They told him what time it was. Here we go.
I'm trying to think of the thing we always say. Got the Rainmaker.
The Rainmaker. I just say it randomly. I don't even know what the Rainmaker is or what. There needs to be an item that is the Rainmaker. We need like some specific play, you know, like if Quap gets the ult off with a back wall and then a Requiem, like, it's the Rainmaker.
So just pretty much any big team fight.
Yeah, any Wombo. Let's just replace Wombo combo with Rainmaker.
Okay.
Trent, okay?
Mop and bucket.
The mop and bucket. I've been saying mop and bucket.
That one's
actually.
good. That one's good.
I've said it a couple times in the late night EU cast. Somebody call the janitor because they just gave him the mop and bucket.
Who did we? 747's the janitor, right? That's who we named the janitor at Zotac.
Really? It was
Yeah.
the janitor? Yeah, he'd come in and clean it up. Somebody in Twitch chat did call me out, though. They said, Sayori, why would somebody need to call the janitor if they just cleaned it up? They just cleaned it up. Like, well, that is true. Mop and bucket does imply they cleaned it up.
They got you.
It doesn't really make sense, but it's still hype as shit. So
It
I
is.
like saying it.
That's great. All right. We got ourselves a slight advantage, 4,000 plus, going the way of Infamous now, about 5,000 or about there. Getting pretty close. Damn, the Sand King just got blanket. Now he's got a Force Staff and now working on a BKB.
Are you ready to see Tomato with an Orchid? Because it's coming, Mott. It's happening. Rain will be made.
Yes, it's going to be huge. And this is before... the Shadow Fiend is going for Mantis, so I'll be able to manage out of it. But everybody else is going to have to just deal with it in one way, shape, or... Good. Oh, there's a DD top rune as well. Roche is up in at least 1 minute. So we shall see...
Double damage. You know, I want to draw an analogy here.
Okay.
League of Legends fans will appreciate.
Sure.
I feel like double damage runes are to Dota as Flash is to League. Where it's a mechanic that has been built into the game since its inception that has sort of always been inherently broken, and the developers don't want to remove it, and they've time and time again nerfed it, except Flash is a few levels ahead of double damage, but I think it's a precursor to where DD is going to be. I actually really agree with Suns fan. I think this rune is stupidly broken. It wins games when it spawns in front of Roche. Late game, it is a fucking... It's a destroyer.
I think it makes
of
the game
worlds.
more exciting. I think it keeps the pace of the game up, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it as long as you admit that it's broken.
Yeah, that's fine. I think it
I
definitely
think I kind of agree with you. It's very exciting, but we've all seen those situations where it's like 50 minutes, you kill one, and it's like, oh, a double damage rune. Well, guess they can do Roche now before the other team can react in a timely manner.
Yeah, it's...
That's a game changer.
Matthew just broke the smoke. They dropped the sentry, and he knows it because there's a sentry nearby as well. And they flare him too. Woo! Sketchy. They will back it up too. But you're right. I think DD is very... It's probably broken, but I like watching it. I was going to say something, and I can't remember off the top of my head. But whatever. SG Sports will defend their tower. Roshan is up in a minute, which is a very important aspect of this next couple of moments. They will smoke again for SG, I think. No, this is the previous smoke. HFN was still just smoked up, and finally it'll dissipate. They have the Mantis Owl now for the Shadow Fiend. He does a lot of damage, by the way.
Vendetta coming.
And there sure is.
About damn time.
That's right.
Isn't that a StarCraft
That's a StarCraft
reference?
thing, yeah.
Damn it.
StarCraft 2.
Kind of forgot.
That's okay.
I do miss the old GSL days.
Yeah. Don't worry, StarCraft Brood War's coming back.
Dude, StarCraft 2 was... Oh, I can't watch that shit. It's
What,
like
Brood
watching
War?
Dota 1. I don't even know what's going on.
Well, no, but the thing is, they're making a remastered version of it.
Are they really?
They really are. With HD textures.
with HD texture.
I know it doesn't. It sounds silly and it looks a little silly, but it looks better than watching Brood War.
Yeah, well, that's, so is Blizzard actually working on that, or is that
They announced it. They announced it. Yeah. Which leads me to believe that they might announce a Diablo 2 remake, which would be absolutely amazing.
I want Warcraft 4 so much more than Diablo bullshit.
Oh, I agree with you, but I don't think they're going to make that into WoW's dead.
I want to play the orcs again.
Anyway, there's a gem just picked up for the Nyx Assassin, so he's ready to go now. He's bottom. His friends are top. King Tech is still farming away. This is slow and steady pace
mid-game. Can you call him by his
mid-game.
proper name? It's Queen Tekka now.
Queen Tekka.
Can you respect genders?
Sorry. Sorry, Queen Tekka. I almost said King Tekka again. Sorry, milady.
Milady.
He's actually pretty cool dude. I think he streams a fair bit. So
I've actually never watched his stream, Mott.
I've
Next
seen
time
it
it's
like
on,
once.
let's bond together.
I've seen it once. Okay. Much like we bond over Andy Milonakis' IRL stream.
Andy Milonakis. That's right, King Tekka, the Andy Milonakis of Dota.
South America.
Of South America. That's a compliment.
Hook shot.
Hook shot in.
Cock push. Telekinesis.
Wow.
That was beautiful. And now you've got to leave if you're SG.
Excel. No, not like this, my fair friend.
He's
40R.
dueled up.
He gets another.
Yeah.
Wait. Matthew?
He's fine. Although they deal with gems, so if the Nyx walks over there, he's not fine.
But I was just going to say before that, this LC, I mean, even still, very slow game for ADR. He only has an armlet. We're 22 minutes in. He just now picks up the blink, and he's going to go right into BKB. Very underwhelming item timings in general. And his net worth, if you look overall, is still kind of lackluster. Ricky in a bit of a sticky pickle here, Mott. Trying to sneak out, but knows they have a gem. Afraid to get caught by the Nyx.
Please. They've all moved away. He can go now. He's fine.
Get out, but he doesn't know that. Let's look at it from his perspective. He's like, they could be anywhere. I see cat mid. Maybe I'm safe.
Yep.
Let's go.
Now, this is the most dangerous direction to move, but you know what? That's fine.
What can I say, dude? Matthew is crazy. He's está loco.
He's a great player also. He sees Tabo. Oh, yeah. All right, let me back up. Cool. There's still a DD rune that's going to maybe disappear top soon, I think.
Get it. Come on, Ben.
And Roche is available. So, yeah, go check that rune. They will see it as a DD rune. They will see that Roche is up. And are they going to save it or are they going to go use it right away?
Oh, he's going to use it.
Player is going to come out.
I just said this like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Double damage, and they're just going to get an easy free Roche. They're going to TP back.
There is hook shot.
Okay.
This is dangerous. Ben Jazz.
They're going to get back, though.
Ooh, the clock.
Auto jumps in. Oh, my God. This is actually so scary. But look, without a double damage rune, that would have been impossible. Literally, they could not have killed Roche that quickly. It's a game changer. Broken rune. Now they're going to kill on Tabo. Infamous. They are doing this, Mott. They've taken the lead, and it's because of this overpowered, sweet, sweet nectar blueberry right here.
I like how you use that team fight as your platform against double damage. And I like how you use blueberry as well. That's a classic callback. It is a very moist rune, that is for sure.
It is very moist. But I don't know, dude. Like, seriously, I couldn't have written that better if I wanted to. That was a perfect example. That was so close and so scary. They took a big risk there, but the double damage rune made that a worthy risk to take.
Oh, and D2?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, of course you do. Of course. It's
so
Blizzard.
funny.
What are you talking about? Trent is triggered about something else in the background that we're not going to give to a...
Ladies and gentlemen, Trent Pax realizing that paywall is a part of video games unless you're playing Valve games. Thank you, Valve, for making a game that is not paywalled.
We complain about a lot, honestly, you know, because we're casters and that's what we do.
You know.
You know. But we're pretty lucky. All right, Trent. Can you relax, buddy? We got a cast going on here. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, great.
Well, how do you feel? Let's get political here while we have a moment of downtime. How do you feel about the name fucking A?
I like it.
Do you think that's appropriate? You think if they make it to the grand finals of TI and you're casting on ESPN, what are the casters going to say? Oh, that's FNA right there.
Honestly,
you sound so stupid. That's almost worse. It sounds like you're trying to say you're effing in his A. Like you're implying butt fucking or something. It's terrible.
If it's on live TV, I would still say it anyways.
Fucking A.
Honestly, like
if you say it with that stupid accent, like it's
fucking A.
What if he changed it to FOKKEN, like the
Fucking?
South Africans say it? Like, oh, fucking A, man. Like
what about freaking A?
Freaking A.
Freaking A just sounds not good.
You sound like a toddler.
You do,
You sound
yeah.
like you're in middle school.
You don't sound great. Hey, freaking A's going for
Freaking A.
kill. Oh.
Oh, crap.
I think it's fine. I also think,
I think it's fine. Okay.
what we just call him A, because you know how fucking Mad's called Mad?
Yeah, that's
A.
A.
Oh, hello. They have found Matthew.
Okay, he actually survives. This is pretty nice. Infamous looking for the reset here. Queen Tekka in the tree line.
comes the
Excel ready to drop some damage. Nice cogs, but here comes Super Benjaz. He gets lifted up. Telekinesis will slow him down, but ADR
Oh my god.
barely able to blink
The toggle.
away.
Oh my
He's
god, the
still alive.
toggles.
Oh,
Oh my
this
god.
armlet.
He's toggled 4 times. Can he do it a 5th time? No.
Okay. Underwhelming finale there, but still,
That was pretty sick,
the
though.
lead up to the climax was fabulous, and he really took us on an emotional roller coaster.
There was ups and downs.
Yep, it will be Infamous, though, that come out big again. The Ursa. It's like as soon as he joined the party, that fight was just over. There were some nice plays from SG, but they were just overwhelmed. The gold lead kind of holding steady. They have stopped a little bit of the bleeding, to overuse that term a bit, but I think all things considered, Infamous very happy right now, Mott. Their late game, pretty solid. Queen of Pain, Ursa going to scale pretty well. So will these supports. The Silencer working on that Force Staff. And LC still very far behind me. Look at ADR's farm right now. He's below the offlaner. 7,500 net worth. Shadow Fiend is soaking up a lot of the farm. He is #1 by a good bit, but LC just feels so wimpy. Where's the Blade Mail mod? It's 27 minutes.
Honestly, like, the Clockwork has had, I think, a bigger impact in this game just based on his hook shots. There's been a couple of duels, and that's great, but it comes down to the draft again, and, like, it's just such a weird draft. Still plenty of time in this game, and SG can absolutely win off the back of HFN's shoulders and how much damage he's capable of doing.
Oh. Yeah.
Empire, okay.
Empire did win it.
There it is.
How did it end? Was there there were like 4 rapiers on the Vegas side? So.
Yeah, they just eventually got in there.
They just died.
They're done.
All right, I'm also going to check out the NA game because I'm interested.
Okay.
I think Wheel and DC are alive still. I think the game hasn't ended yet. We'll see. All right, what do we got? Oh, it's actually very close. Wheel are surprisingly good.
Wheel. What is the roster of Wheel right now?
It's KVH, IX, Mike.
It's the Mike team.
The Peruvian Ryu, Trouf,
Are
and
they
then
gonna
one other
qualify?
guy. If they win this game, there's a chance.
This is tiebreakers, yeah?
So Complexity won against Wheel. DC is now playing against Wheel. So if Wheel win, then Complexity needs to be DC, and then Wheel and Complexity will be in. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it's weird because it's a 3-way tie for 2 spots, and the bottom team gets eliminated. So
Exactly.
It's a very weird tie-break scenario.
Yeah.
So you have to play out all the games. We were casting this last night, and I didn't realize that they had postponed it for today. So I guess this is going to be kind of a long day for
NA.
For NA, dude. Some of these teams, like whoever makes it in, they're going to have to play a shitload.
Right. It's going to be interesting for sure.
Think about it. They're still playing tiebreakers, dude. We're on game 2 of the second series for SA.
It's going to be a long night, I think.
They haven't even started their first best of 3. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually nuts.
Well, we shall see if it does indeed turn out that way. But more importantly,
one of the drawbacks to the massive group stage format, man, there are some nasty tiebreak scenarios that can happen.
Yeah.
But one of many.
It definitely makes it more hype, but like at the same time, it's just so
it can make
time.
it more hype. Like every format has benefits and drawbacks, right? And I think big round robin group stages are one of them. It is cool to see every team play each other in the same capacity on the same kind of weird, high stress standards. However, it's definitely not indicative necessarily of the best teams overall, because Dota truly and through and through is
Epicenter coming
Here
in.
we go.
Oh, HFN is dead immediately, and they
So
used the
much
global
damage.
as well. Wow.
Dude, he just got eviscerated. He does have a buyback here. BKB on Queen Tekka going to be popped and debuted in this fight. Super Benjaz, remember, he does have the Aegis, now has a Basher and Desolator. It's going to get reclaimed, so say goodbye to the Aegis, but they do have a lot of sieging power now with that minus armor of the Deso.
And it just, you know, he needs a BKB on this SF, and I don't think it would have saved him anyway. They need like a forced, live, or a hook shot counter initiation, or something to stop him from just getting blown up like that until he gets the BKB. But
look at items here. He's itemized relatively defensively, Hurricane Pike and Manta style.
Yep.
But just not enough, Maudie.
Yeah, we still have a ways to go until he gets to be as big as he wants to. And he is the top net worth hero in the game, which is...
This is like kind of reminding me of an Alchemist game, where you see that one hero who's mega farmed and everyone else is completely starved. Like there's Alchemist games where they're behind, and you're just sacrificing everything so that the Alch can power farm and catch up. Except they're doing it with a Shadow Fiend, and he is not going to be able to maintain this tempo. And once he gets the BKB, he's committed to this relatively low damage build. Not to say he doesn't do any damage, but you're itemizing for survivability, not for raw damage output. And that's okay. That can definitely work, but it puts a lot of pressure on making sure SG takes some good team fights with the first 3 charges of that BKB. I can't emphasize enough like how important the 10-second BKB, the 9-second BKB, that is potentially game-changing team fight material there. And if you biff those initial charges or have to use them defensively, it gets a lot harder. The 5-second BKB is so underwhelming compared to those first few charges. This is their big opportunity to try to turn this game around and level it out. There's another double damage rune here, Mark.
Yeah, I saw it. I was going to mention it. Sure. The thing is, Roche is not up, so that there's that at least for SG if Infamous were to find it. But it looks like it's going to be KeyArena that's going to grab it.
Okay.
Severely lacking in damage, even with this ADR Legion Commander. He only has 34 dual damage. It's not like he can really get in these fights.
Did you say 84?
ADR. Did I say?
ADR.
ADR. I said 34 in ADR.
34 in ADR. I'm deaf. I've got the headphones.
That's all right. But you know what I'm saying. It's a lot
not
like
much. It's not much damage.
Exactly. Like game 1, a lot of control, still lacking on damage. It's not as bad as I think because you aren't relying on that super long cooldown from Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
But it's still.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really extreme example of relying on cooldowns. Like that entire draft, like meta, the global. What else do they have? Something else in meta cooldown.
Big ultimates or Echo Slam and Epicenter.
Echo and Epi. Yeah. So a little sieging up top on the tier 2, but it looks like SG will play this defensively. Infamous headed back, or pressing forward rather, down to the bottom lane as SG head back. And posture up to mount a defense here. Looks like they will try to defend this tower if Infamous continue to push forward.
I mean,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know if they really care about this. Making sure there's no dual or hook shot counter initiation, it just makes the game so much easier for Infamous at this point in time. Like, there's no threat of any fighting happening while the global is up. So you have to back if you're SG, wait till the global goes down, and if you've luckily not lost anybody at that point, then you can start fighting. So until they get these BKBs, which they will.
Well, I was wrong, dude. They did not try to defend that tower at all. They completely sacrificed it. And surprising to me because it's not really an access point for much. It's in a pretty obscure part of the map, but it just gives you that ability to maintain some of your jungle. You know, you can get some wards down. Look at these aggressive deep wards from the Dire squad looking to gank. With this tower, you can actually react if somebody gets caught. Just letting it die like that. There's also a lot of spots in the trees down here where you can kind of hide and catch people off guard. Just a little surprised SG let it go like that.
The good news is even with those wards, they have the gem still for KeyArena. So
maybe they're waiting for BKB on 4DR.
I think probably. It's exactly the reason I was like, because you can't do anything if you. The global comes out, you're just done. It's just the fight's probably over at that point. So BKB is, they need it on him and the SF, and when they have it, and they do have it on the SF, they can start fighting. Another DD rune, are you kidding? And now it's on HFN. This could be game-changing, too. I don't know if it will be because...
he doesn't have a bottle, unfortunately, but he does have the BKB, so they might use this as an excuse to finally pick a fight down bottom, or they'll just use it as a farming tool. Infamous are still pretty grouped up themselves. Ooh, the Aghanim Scepter coming out on Sand King. Look at that burrow strike from across the map.
So useful. And he's very farmed for a Sand King.
SG are just playing right now very much like they do not want to fight. I think Infamous would take a fight if it's convenient, but they're focused on farming because they know they control. But SG are just completely, I saw that lag.
Yeah, me like for sure.
Oh, daddy.
it happens.
Quite possibly. It gets scattered out immediately by Rocket Flare, so old Clockwork knows the Rattle Trap Goblin.
And Global is so good this game against this counter initiation. Style heroes and stuff like that. But Matthew, of course, is going to start building into a Yule's Scepter on the Riki, which will immediately take out either the SF or the Legion in the fight.
I actually really like the way he's itemizing. You see Ricky's very commonly go for Diffusal Blades, and here he's just going utility-based item. Earn, Solar Crest into Yule's. There's survivability, help out the team.
Yep.
This is good. Now smoke from SG.
They're going to head in. They need a sentry on the deck. There's no sentry there as far as I can see. It's just dust.
And no double damage now. So Ursa not going to be able to kill it nearly as quickly. Clockwork does scout it out. Hookshot in. Goes a bit early, so he's not going to get the snatch. But Queen Tekka pops the BKB. Global comes out. They go in on King RD. Duel will lock down the Sand King. BKB used by the LC. Actually secures that. Now buyback. Used by Queen Tekka. Wants to get back into this fight. BKBs are down, and we'll see if Infamous can actually grab something, but it looks like it's SG's fight to win. BKB now used by HFN. He pops the ult, pops Matthew in the process. Now on the other side, it's Tomato looking to find some solo kills, eats the cheese, finds the soul burn kill on Tavo, taking him down in style. Back on the other side, now that the BKB is off, HFN running out of resources. Super Ben Jazz loses the man up, but Tomato finds vengeance and gets the kill. It's a triple for the Queen of Pain. A very chaotic fight with a lot of little 1v1 skirmishes, but Infamous find the better of it. They get actually not the net worth game. The buyback on Sand King costing them a lot there. It's 1,000 loss for Queen Tekka.
And even though the fight is even in terms of, well, almost in terms of heroes falling, there is roast, but the net worth advantage for Infamous makes it more valuable for SG. But even with that, they're still going to get this Roshan. And you're right, dude. They were all over the place. Like there was like a guy going out past the Roche Pit. There was guys fighting on this side. There was guys fighting in mid. And ultimately, the Sand King, or excuse me, the Ursa got kited pretty hard. I think King Tekka wanted a better initiation, but his buyback was crucial. If that buyback is not there, I don't think they win that fight or even come close to even tying the fight.
I think you're right. And honestly, the buyback makes it worth it because it secures Roche. So you can afford to take a hit on that team fight if you know you're going to get Aegis and that extra money. So you're absolutely right. It was an amazing call, and great that he didn't really hesitate. One of the big differences of Dota now is, of course, the Shrine. So having that easy access point, he could get in, back into the fight basically immediately after the buyback was committed. So Yule's also up on Ricky now. Things still looking quite good for Infamous. Stalls the growth of their lead a little bit, but as we've said now, they are feeling still very comfortably in control. LC did get a little bit of dual damage that fight, but again, 10-second BKB there, and that was also the 10-second BKB of HFN. Yep.
And even with it, still not able to survive till the end of the fight, but it's not looking as terrible as you mentioned for SG Sports. The SF is starting to dole out the damage, and they're looking for 40R, and they almost found him too, but what's going on over there, buddy?
She's on
which one? Oh, the trumpet one? Yeah, it's great. Fantastic.
She's up on old Sand King there.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if I thought they were going to give it to the Ursa, but I guess not.
Thinking about initiation. Ursa not using the enrage too early. LC just hiding in the tree line way up there.
I thought he was going to cut the creep wave. All right, we got a defense. There is global, but there is not 5 heroes yet for either team. Infamous are trying to move their way over towards the tier 2 tower. Yeah. Gem is still up on King RD.
There is a TP on the Shadow Fiend, but they will just sack the last outer tower.
Oh, there's a gem on the Sand King as well. I didn't notice that. So that's pretty important. Excel, you are in a dangerous position. It's good that you placed that ward down, but get the hell out of it. Oh, see? Exactly. Exactly, Excel. Don't get hit by a hook shot.
The hook shot missed it, Marty.
Yeah, so that's... Oh, good. Tavo has a Yule Scepter. So that's way to deal with the global silence, come down, and then initiate. I mean, I guess you're still, you know, like up in the air for half a second longer, but whatever.
Nope, it's good, though. It's definitely the right idea. You know, again, itemize defensively. You've also got the Blade Mail. So now he can hook shot, he can return some damage, and then if they turn on him once the Blade Mail's done, you've got to reset, or you can use it to isolate somebody if you find the initiation. So Ursa also with the BKB, definitely a useful item this game. He'll just move into more lockdown and grab the Abyssal coming out next. That's just a recipe and a Vanguard away, and not too far off.
They picked up the the Aghanim, by the way, for Game Tech. It's flying out now, which is probably when they make the fight happen.
This is a real game changer. I guess he's going to have to backpack the cheese.
Yeah.
This just makes Sand King such a threat from so far away, and especially with the Blink Force staff. He can be 2 screens away and just Blink Force Burrow Strike and catch you like over here. You know, jump across the river, and it just becomes this threat that always jumps out of fog, it feels like. And it's a very scary hero to play around. It can get in your head. You can win the mental game. And
it almost feels like global. Like, it's such a large initiation range because of not just playing with the 4s you mentioned. So,
all
right, it looks like Infamous have made the decision that they have Aegis and Cheese, that it is time now to head over to, I guess, the jungle. I thought they were going to push the tier 3 tower for them. It looks like they still will. They have the Ursa with the Desolator, so this thing could fall pretty quickly.
Yep.
And we'll see if that's the case.
I think they really just want a tier 3 so that they can open up shrines.
Yeah, exactly. Get that map
really
control.
What this is about. Trade
Honestly,
Aegis for tier 3.
The biggest thing they could get at this point, besides like a full team wipe and everything, is like killing KeyArena, getting that gem back. Because getting that gem means they have more map control, and they could just start choking out SG from moving around the map like the way they want to.
Vision like that, very important in this game. Ricky on one side, Nyx on the other, so gems just inherently more valuable.
Yeah.
It's always going to be this tug of war of who actually has the control of the gems. Shadow Fiend, amazing at creep clear, of course. So good at this sort of high ground defense, and this is why Infamous is forced to take a more defensive posture. They'll clear out the enemy jungle as they retreat, and then head back to farming. You can see them circle their side of the map like, gang, let's just farm through this. No reason to take unnecessary risk. If ADR catches one of us, we're just feeding away extra damage. Now SG, they'll take the aggressive move as they smoke up.
They know that they've probably split up to move and farm. Realize if they get one kill, that could lead into a whole lot of map control. Butterfly picked up for HFN. That is a huge item. King Tekka might be spotted. He's going to try to get up. They cannot afford to lose this gem. And it looks like he will BKB in time to burrow away. You've got a much longer burrow range. Why burrow there? Oh, no. And he gets caught. And that's the gem down. That's huge.
That was a pretty big misplay. He just clicked it short.
Yeah, he
has
really
the
did.
Aghanims.
Yeah, that was.
It wasn't like backpacked and on cooldown or something, was it? That was just.
No, I think he was trying. Maybe he was trying to because he was here. He goes to the low ground and then he tries to go to the high ground and maybe tries to juke back down to the low ground or something.
Okay, I see.
That might be what he was attempting.
That is tough, right? They use a lot of ultimates there. That's like a stun from the Nyx, hook shot.
He just bought that Axe too. He has no buyback. This is a 4 versus 5. SG have been down the entire game. Is there any way that they could just take this tier 3 interaction potentially?
So ridiculous. What an unpredictable smoke from the mid lane to set this whole thing up. Infamous, I think they can still hold on here, right? They've got Tomato with a BKB Lincolns. That's a 10-second BKB for him. So this is still not really an easy push for SG. We were just patting HFN on the back for his creep clearing ability, but Infamous able to do kind of the same. Now Butterfly up, Force Staff. That'll put the hook shot off Mark, but Ricky, he gets caught. He gets it off 20 HP. He gets off the ultimate. He stays alive. Now the Yule Scepter buys him a little bit more time. Tavo goes down. Cat as well. The Ricky will live through this duel. That's not the target you want, except maybe it is. They've got the damage. The winner goes out to 4DR at the last second. Now Tomato, he eats the cheese after manning up. Shadow Fiend, the lone survivor. Infamous making the hold they needed. Excel might actually go down here. Force Staff away. It's Tomato. He's back in the fight. They've got the Yule Scepter, and Shadow Fiend is destined to fall. It's hard because of the Butterfly, but he loses the evasion. The ultra kill for Tomato is secured, and the high ground is defended. Courier.
It got the gem back.
Picks up the
Can
gem,
he find it? Tomato's about to walk up. He can see it. He blinks the wrong way.
Oh, no. They uked him. That Dusky the Husky. He's so elusive.
Did he not see it? No, he thinks it's already gone.
It's beat him. No.
Or he's going straight down mid as well. They're going to try to force buybacks also. That's another thing he's trying to do. I think he's not as concerned about the courier right now.
They don't give a shit about the courier. And they want to go in here. Backdoor protection's broken. They've got a range creep here, Mott.
That's enough. And they have another creep wave coming in now. The Sand King also alive. They have the Silencer coming back up as well. Ricky, they're both running down mid. No Ursa for 20 seconds. They'll buy back on the Legion. That's all they really need to feel confident for Infamous to back up. They might stay around for now.
Financial damage, dude. They're just trying to get more map control, but still, they lost the gems. No, they don't. Okay, they've got 2 gems.
Yeah.
There's one on the side of KeyArena, so it's still not bad for Infamous. Yeah, you're right. They're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's The only way that goes any better is if they get the kill and then the gem that was on the courier, but they just couldn't find it in time. You saw Tomato was desperately looking for it. King Tekka, you cannot afford to die again. He's got BKB. They need the duel. The hook shot is there. And there it is. Death again, and still no buyback. He was actually pretty close. He realizes he needed to farm, but that's not the place to do it. You know, at 43 minutes when they're all looking for the enemy team.
Milanakis of Dota mod. That was a Milanakis move right there. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's
what are you doing with your life?
You're alone farming this shitty neutral camp. Like, come on, dude. You don't have buyback.
You're 40 years old and you're at a Twitch IRL stream at some shitty nightclub in downtown Los Angeles.
Like, dude, he's so close to buyback. Why would you risk that? I mean, I don't think they're going to get much. It might cost this tier 2 tower, but still, that's... He really Milanakis'd it.
They might have seen... I think they had the high ground vision to see them moving over. Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right, Trent.
Tavo, dude, honestly, Clockwork gives so much vision control at this stage of the game. You love having this kind of an off-laner. Exactly for that reason. Provides the vision to the high ground. 4v5, they get the tower.
All right.
Tekka still in the grave for 20.
So now the Sand King is buyback. They would lose the tier 2 tower, as you mentioned, which is...
For the effort.
Death and good are linked.
Which is not available for them. Have the Abyssal 4 Super Benjaz. They need MKBs or something along that line. I mean, well, they do need MKBs, but they're not going to get it on.
All they need is a Bloodthorn Maudie.
That's it. Yes, that's true. And I think the Tomatoes... No, he's going for Mjolnir instead, so...
He does have the Orchid, though. I guess they'll get it eventually, maybe feeling like they've kind of got the burst damage to lock him down. Yeah, I don't know. Lincoln's coming out on Ursa. He's going to start itemizing...
What's his BKB duration at? 8? Wow, that's pretty good. I thought it was at like 6 at least, but he's at 8-second BKB duration for the Shadow Fiend, and that still is a pretty significant amount of time. The Abyssal Blade's gonna have to do some work. They're gonna smoke up though, and they're gonna try to find somebody.
Smoking?
Yeah, SG are now backing up. It looks like they have some understanding of what's happening. KeyArena's probably dead. Yeah, he's probably dead.
Uh-oh, he gets caught.
That's a gem.
Destroyed.
So that's... I think they have enough to buy another gem, probably. I think there's probably one available for SG. If they want it.
Okay, they pop the shrine, but ew, it's
no.
Roche.
Oh, it's up right now. Okay,
Oh, Queen Tekka.
He's got there. Queen Tekka's in. He's checking it out.
They're all going Lincolns right now. Quap already has one. King Tekka has it queued up. So does Benjaz.
We'll think about it against the duel is going to be... It's one of the few things that they need to block.
We saw this in the series earlier, where in one of the games they just started buying Lincolns, and they goes, guys, they only have like 4 single target spells. If we buy 4 Lincolns, what the hell are they gonna do?
They can't do anything.
It's kind of interesting how you see, like, you don't see that in the other regions as much, but in this region, it's like they either go all in on Lincolns or they don't. It's rare to see just a casual, hey, I'm just gonna get Lincolns. It's pretty good this game. It's more like, guys, what if we just block all of their single targets?
I think at the early stages of the game, they were like, all right, let's get Queen of Pain. Like, it's pretty good this game. Nobody else needs to get in at the end of the game. We're like, all right, it's time to go in on Lincolns for sure. And there, yeah, so Benjaz is going to grab one. Like you mentioned, Bloodthorn is a necessity at some point for Queen of Pain, but he's going for that Mjolnir first. There's that. This is what I was talking about. They have the gem off cooldown. They bought another one, so it's not as terrible to lose KeyArena there. If they lose this next gem, it could be pretty bad.
It's brutal, yeah. And Shadow Friend, he's going for the MKB. Yep. That casual life steal, I guess he's just going to backpack that and get the extra damage.
Now here's the good thing for Infamous. They are building a halberd on halberd, if you will, on Matthew.
Halberd.
And if they are able to get that off on the SF at some point, it's going to be stuck there. So
there we go. Benjaz, look at this ballsy bastard. He jumps right in onto the tower, taking a lot of damage. He's going to hang on to the ultimate for now. Remember, he does have the Aegis, but they finish off the tower. They got what they came for, and that risky, aggressive play works out. Nice blink, Glimmer Cape combo, and Benjaz will get out just fine. Now they're going to focus down the shrines, and Infamous will get a little bit of extra money to their name. And of course, they will get the additional map control. The threat of SG teleporting out of their base is now mitigated.
Yep. Very, they don't use really that much to try to get that kill, and they almost got it, right? So if that goes and they get that Aegis, then that fight gets much more dangerous for Infamous, and they need to get out quicker. But it's still, like you said, it's a 20k downward advantage for Infamous. No shrine left at this bottom area of the map, but SG are making sure they're sort of around this shrine in the top area of the map, and We'll see if they want to keep going. Roshan Aegis is up for another 3 minutes or so. And, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, Infamous have a lot of options here, Maudie. There will be a Satanic now picked up from Shadow Fiend. Initiation mid. They just destroy the Rubik, but he lives. He actually gets pushed back fast enough, and the stream will not connect. That is a heartbreak.
That's crazy. He was so close to death. Sonic Wave not doing enough there, or not having the range, rather.
I don't think he connected.
No, he didn't have the range yet, for sure. Okay.
That's the other shrine down, so now over 20,000 is the favor of Team Infamous. That lead, though, as this game goes on, will start to feel less and less significant. SG definitely still have some options. No MKB, no Bloodthorn.
Oh, they know the Quap is top. They're going to try to fight this here for Infamous. Looking for the duel. Can they find Matthew? And actually, the Yule Scepter comes out, beautifully done, and 40R now bashed up as well. The Abyssal Blade, can they bring him down? He is invis. He's got the Glimmer Cape now coming in. Epicenter getting channeled. King Tekka going to work. Cat will fall first. 40R trying to toggle, but he will go down to the Scream of Pain, and they're going to continue on here.
Oh my, the perfect fight for Infamous breaking out here. They're going to get another one. HFN channels the ult, finds the kill on Queen Tekka, but with his BKB soon to expire, this is going to be a hard fight to win. The Satanic's been popped. Tavo will not outlast them. Buyback now from Queen Tekka. Again, he comes in with a follow-up stun. He brings down HFN, and it is the full team wipe. All 5 down on SG, and now the buybacks come. They've only got 2. HFN will burn his first. Tavo up next, and there it is. Infamous heading towards the high ground. They've got this mid lane of barracks in sight.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything SG can do. They are pretty low on Super Benjes, but he still has the Aegis. Burrow straight from King Tekka, not able to find HF in time. The glyph will come through, and they need to survive for another 36 seconds before ADR is up and ready to go. It'll be a 3 versus 4 if they do take a fight, but I think they just have to let this Rax drop. And maybe more as well, as they're going to head to this top tier 3 tower.
Mid lane goes down. No Requiem for 45. It's going to be tough to make this hold. Shadow Fiend also light on souls. Nice hook shot in from Tavo, but the stun from King Tekka connects on 3. Now the follow-up. Shiva's Guard from Queen of Pain. Tomato taking a lot of damage. Ben Jazz will utilize the Aegis. It's exactly what he wanted. But now Infamous will start to retreat. Can he blink out? He does in time. And Infamous actually get quite a bit. They don't finish off the tier 3 tower up top. A lot of damage, but it does stay standing. However, they do force the 2 buybacks on the cores. That's Shadow Fiend and Sand King. LCs just came off cooldown, but of course still short on gold.
That initiation, I think it was the Ricky. So what happened was they went for a blink on and duel onto King Tekka over here, and the Ricky just turns around and Yule Scepters him up into the air. And as soon as that happens, the global has already came out. The rest of them are sort of backing up. Then they come in. Benjaz gets the Abyssal Blade off, and they've already brought down ADR, essentially. Yep. They had to chase him a bit further, but he couldn't do anything. He couldn't get off his duel. And it was really just up to the Shadow Fiends, and that was it.
Trade, dude. It honestly allows you to reset these fights so easily. Ricky gets quote-unquote caught. They dump some damage into him, and then he just pops the ultimate. They can't do anything. There is literally no counter to it. It's the trump card. And here we go. King Tekka pops the BKB. They go in. Follow-ups there from the Ursa. They destroy King RD. Globals come back, and the LC gets locked down by the Abyssal, just trying to survive in the tree line as they continue to chase down the Rubik down below. 40R finally gets brought down, and the Ricky will finish off the Rubik. It's 3 dead, all 5 alive on Infamous, and there are no buybacks available. Another crippling team fight. They'll play this one out, but it looks like Infamous is close to taking this series 2-0 as they jump onto HFN.
He's going to get pushed back, and he can't really try to defend this. There it is, GG. And
GG.
And ADR, 40R, that was one of the roughest games I've seen from him in a while on that hero, on that Legion Commander.
30K net worth, man.
Dude, the Infamous just played out of their mind, I think. I think their team play was fantastic. I think their draft was great. They did all they needed to do. They had rough lanes. Tomato got crushed in it, right? He got destroyed, and he ended up doing pretty much the most in this entire game, I think. Like, he